Today we're going to do 10 different exercises. Hi, Maria. And we will do those for a minute and a half. And then we will have a little bit of a rest, and then we'll do those same 10 exercises again for a minute, the second round. So as per usual, please make sure you listen to your body. We want to make sure that we're not doing any exercises that cause us any pain or discomfort. So just make sure that you take everything at your own pace. With all the exercises, I usually give you an easier version, a moderate version, and then sometimes a harder version again. So there's usually 2 or 3 different options for each exercise. So again, just take it at the level that suits you. Today, we either don't need any equipment for the easy version, or we need some weights. So you can use some little dumbbells if you have got them. Other option is a drink bottle or some tins of food or whatever you've got lying around home that you can comfortably hold in your hands. That just gives you a little bit of extra resistance. So that is about the extent of it. I'm just going to go and grab my drink bottle, speaking of. And I will be back in 2 seconds. And so, yeah, go and grab some weights if you need to, and I will see you in a couple of seconds. Okay, I'm just going to tilt that up a little bit. So we can, no, too far. All right. So, first exercise today is just a side step with a nice wide side step, pretty much all we need to do. Oh, that's the other thing you need to actually is a chair. But anyway, hopefully you know that by now. So, we're going to do a nice big step to the side, and that is our first exercise as a little bit of a warm-up. So, let's get going. So, nice big wide step. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing a step quite that wide, then just do whatever suits you. If you want to hold on to the back of your chair, that's the easier version again to give you a little bit of extra balance. But if you can, try and do a nice big wide step. Now, if you've got into the groove of that and that's feeling okay, we're going to add a little hamstring curl in. So what that means is bringing your heel up towards your bottom. So step and heel up towards your bottom. So try and keep your knees nice and soft, so a little bit of a knee bend as you go from side to side. Excuse me. And just trying to get those legs nice and warm. That's the way. So it's a beautiful sunny day today. It was so cold and miserable yesterday, so I'm very excited to see the beautiful sunshine out today. Makes it feel like winter's not actually, just around the corner. So much nicer to get outside. All right, so I'm just going to keep those legs moving. After we get our legs nice and warmed up, we're going to move on to an upper body exercise to get our arms nice and warmed up. So we're just going to do what's called shadow boxing. So I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. So we're nearly at less than 10 seconds to go, I reckon. Keeping those legs nice and warm. All right, there we go. So I want you to stand in a nice comfortable stance. 1 foot in front of the other if you can. Hands up in front of your face, and we're just going to do some forward punches. So when you're doing this, I want you to think about having nice, strong arms. So it's not obviously trying to put a lot of weight behind it, but just trying to get those arms moving with nice, strong, purposeful movements. That's the way. All right, we're going to change to what's called a hook. So I want you to bring your arm around and in front of your face. So try and keep your elbow up in line with your shoulder. So a nice strong hook. That's the way. So if you're feeling frustrated being stuck at home all the time, this is a good way to get your frustrations out. All right, next one is we're going to move to an uppercut. So what that looks like is a little bit of a bend in your knees, and we're going to bring our arms up. So I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see. So it's a nice movement as if you're sort of moving up towards underneath someone's chin. So using your legs as well. And so just take them at a pace that's comfortable for you. That's the way. All right, and we're going to move back to just our forward jab, so our boxing. So straight forward. If you need to swap your legs over, that's absolutely fine. Do whatever's comfortable for you. And try and keep those arms moving. Then we're going to move into our hook. So that was the one where we're trying to keep that elbow up in line with our shoulder. So nice, strong, sharp movements, really deliberate movements. And there we go, give those arms a rest. All right, next one is holding onto your chair. So make sure you've got something to hold on to. And bend forward at the hips slightly so that our weight is through our chair. You can even pop your elbows on if you want. And we're going to bend our knee, push our foot back behind us. So the knee stays bent the whole time. Doesn't straighten, doesn't bend more. It just stays in that fixed position. And it's just the movement happening at our hip. So our hip is flexing and extending, or bending and straightening. Now, as you straighten your hip out, I want you to think about squeezing those muscles in your bottom. So it's a nice strong squeeze with your glutes, which are the muscles in your bottom. And we are going to swap sides. So change over to the other leg. So again, bend that knee, push the foot back, and squeeze those muscles in your bottom for me. That's the way. Try to keep nice and straight with that leg so it's not turning in or turning out. Push and squeeze, squeeze. That's the way. And just try and keep that movement happening. So the reason you're using your chair to hold on to and not just trying to do it in midair is having that support there gives you a little bit of support for your lower back, so it stops any lower back pain from happening. But obviously if it does feel uncomfortable, then stand up straighter and just do a smaller movement. That's absolutely fine. All right, next exercise. So keep your chair there for balance if you need it, because what we're going to do is we're going to lift one knee up, and then we're going to tap our toe ever so lightly on the ground. Go back so you can see that. So lift up and toe tap really gently on the ground, lifting back up again. So easy version of this is just to lift your knee up to whatever height, nice and close into your body. That's easy version number one, and obviously holding on while you're doing that. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, take that leg further away. So the foot moves further away from the body, and try not to hold on if you can. Even if you just have fingertips resting, that's fine. And they're going to change legs, so swap over to the other side. And more challenging version again is to really take that leg right out in front. So that's going to work the muscles in your thigh a lot more. They're also going to work the muscles in your tummy a lot more as well. So just pick whatever feels comfortable for you, and make sure you've got something to hold on to if you start to feel a little bit wobbly. That's the way. So about 20 seconds to go. Try and stand up nice and straight, keep that pelvis nice and level so we're not pitching off to the side. We're trying to keep everything nice and square and level, slow and controlled movements. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right, next one we're going to have to sit down. We're going to do my favourite, sit to stands. So sitting down in your chair, up nice and straight, shoulders come forward, push through your feet, standing up nice and tall, squeeze the muscles in your bottom. When we sit back down, we lead that movement with our hips. So it's our hips that go back. We don't bend our knees and collapse down. We pick our bottom back and into the chair. So that's your first option. And if you need to use your hands on your knees to give you a little bit of oomph to get out of that chair, absolutely fine. So if you're comfortable with that, stick there. Otherwise, we're going to add a little hover in. So instead of sitting all the way down, we're going to hover above the chair, stand back up. Hover above the chair, stand back up. So make sure when you're standing that you're really concentrating on squeezing those muscles in your bottom. The more you can get those muscles in your bottom working, the better for your posture, the better for your balance, the better for your overall leg strength. So really think about engaging those muscles as much as you can. Squatting back and up. So if you watch my knees, you'll see that they don't really move forward very much. What I want you to avoid doing is having your knees going over your toes. I want you to squat your weight back. So you'll notice that my knees bend, but they don't really track forward, and that's what we're aiming for. You'll also protect your knees if you do have sore knees. It won't aggravate them. All right. Next exercise, we need our weights. So I've got my trusty little pink 1 kilo dumbbells, and we're going to do a bicep curl. So have your hands facing behind you, up to your shoulders, and then we're going to push up to the ceiling. Back to your shoulders and down. So up, up, down, down. Now with this one, anyone who's tuned in before would know, as well as loving my sit-to stands, I also really harp on about keeping these muscles in the top of your shoulders here nice and relaxed. So we're not lifting and shrugging, we're just lifting. You can see the difference there. So shoulders ceiling, shoulders down. So even though we're lifting our arms over our head, we're not shrugging up with our shoulders. So shoulders stay down, not shrugged. Now, if you're getting a little bit tired there, please feel free to have a rest, or you can drop the weight and you can just do that action without the weight. That's absolutely fine. So try and keep that movement happening at your own pace. So the purpose of today is to sort of get your heart rate up a little bit. So we're sort of doing exercises that are strength-based, but also are going to get you feeling warm, might get you breathing a little bit harder, and trying to help with that cardiovascular side of your fitness as well as your strength. There we go. All right, pop those weights aside. Try to stand up again, and we are going to do our lunge slides. So what they look like is holding onto the back of the chair. I want you to tap your foot behind and back in, behind and back in. So as you can see, my body and my weight is staying over that supporting leg as I'm tapping back and in. If you want to, you can take that weight back a little bit, so you can step a bit further back. You can see that both my knees are bent when I do that, so it's like a little mini lunge and back up. So if you've tuned in before, we've often done those with our sliders where we slide our foot back, so you're welcome to do that if you've got your sliders handy or if your surface of your floor is slippery enough. Otherwise, just step, bend and back in. Now we need to swap legs, a step and back in. So again, easier version is just to tap, back out again, tap back, keeping your weight over that supporting leg. If you want to challenge yourself a bit more, step back that little bit more and bend that front knee. So you're actually taking that weight back a little bit. That's the way. So it's not a big movement for your legs, but it's enough to get that heart rate up, get that breathing rate up, get those legs feeling it. And resting there. All right, next exercise, I've forgotten, running man, that's right. So grab our weights again. We're going to have our one foot in front of the other, soft bending your knees, and we're going to bring our hands up towards our shoulders. So we're not swinging our arms like running down the 100-meter track. We're keeping those elbows tucked in and just doing almost like a bicep curl, but with our palms facing in, and that forward movement, so forward leaning at the hips, soft bend through the knees, and that way we're sort of challenging our abdominal muscles a little bit as well. It also allows you to go a little bit faster. So again, we're getting that heart rate up, getting that breathing rate up. If you want to swap your legs over, if one's feeling a little bit uncomfortable, getting a bit tired, swap your legs over, that's absolutely fine. But I want you to really think about not moving your shoulders. So it's just happening at your elbows. If that's getting a little bit tiring with the weights, please pop them down and just do the movement with no weight. That's absolutely fine. So as much as this is a strength exercise, it's also about getting your heart rate and your breathing rate up as well. That's the way. So keep that moving as much as you can. And so the next exercise is a balance exercise. So we're going to have a chance to just catch our breath, and then we're going to finish off with one that's going to get that heart rate up, get that breathing rate up. All right, so pop those aside. Now, last week, if you joined us, we did some tandem balance. So that's where you pop one foot in front of the other as if you're standing on a tightrope. If you found that challenging last week, or you think you might find that challenging, hold on and just stay there and practice going from holding on to not holding on, and just see how you go. If that was okay for you last week, we're going to practice walking. So we're going to pretend that we're walking along a tightrope. And as you can see, it gets a little bit challenging. And when you have gone as far forward as you can, go backwards. So pop that toe in behind the heel and go backwards. Use your arms as much as you need to help you balance. But the one thing I do want you to think about is not looking down at your feet. So keep looking at me on your screen. Try not to look down at your feet. And slow and controlled movements. This is actually quite easy if you go fast. If you go really nice and slowly, it gets a lot harder. I'm watching myself so I don't go back into the wall and forward, forward. So again, use those arms to balance. A little bit of wobble is okay. If you're finding that easy, you can add an extra little bit of a challenge by doing some maths in your head. Count backwards in 3s from 100. Do your 5 times table. Do your 10 times table. There we go. All right, have a rest there. Now, last one is some high knee marching. So we're just going to get a march going. Now, you might find that this sort of pace is enough for you, and just bringing those knees up like so is enough. Try and get your arms swinging. That's fine. So if that's where you're at the moment and that's comfortable, stay there. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit, I want you to try and bring your knees up a little bit higher. And if that feels okay, I want you to pick up the pace a little bit. So we're only doing this for a minute and a half. So I want you to really think about trying to just push yourself that little bit. So you're getting that heart rate up, getting that breathing rate up, bringing the knees as high as you can, getting the arms swinging and taking it to a speed that you feel comfortable with. As I said, if that's a little bit slower, absolutely fine. Just do what you can. So we've only got 30 seconds to go. So try and keep that pace up. Keep moving, get those arms swinging. Bring those knees up. And 20 seconds to go. So keep going. That's the way. Get everything moving. Try and bring those knees up nice and high. Get a good arm swing happening. And last 10 seconds. Keep that moving. Keep it going. Get to have a rest at the end of this, so keep moving. And excuse me, resting there. All right, well done, everyone. So that's the minute and a half out of the way. Sorry. All that walking, all that talking. So that's a minute and a half out of the way. Grab yourselves a drink, have a quick rest, and we'll do the same exercises again. But just with 1 minute instead of the minute and a half next time. So I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, got rid of my coughs. So hopefully everyone found those exercises okay. So having done them all, you should sort of know what kind of pace you're at now so you can focus on that. So if you know that you can go into the slightly more challenging version, then just feel free to hop straight into that. If you can't remember what it is, that's fine. I will get to it as I go through. So I always start with that base level and then build up from there. So let me just reset my timer so that we have a minute on the clock instead of a minute and a half. And we will get started. Whoops. All right, there we go. Okay, so first exercise was our side steps. So make sure you've got enough room, and we're going to do a nice wide side step. So base level, holding on and just doing it at a level that's comfortable for you. If you want to take it up a notch, try and really get a nice big wide step happening. And next level up from there is to add a little hamstring curling. So that means bringing your heel up towards your bottom. So that looks like that from the side. And as well as that, we're having a little bit of a knee bend, excuse me, as we transfer our weight. So bend your knees, heel up to your bottom. That's the way. So this is really trying to get that heart rate up, get that breathing rate up, get those legs working. That's the way. So keep going for another 15 seconds if you can. If you need to slow it down, please do. Otherwise, try and keep that pace going. As I said, today is about getting your heart rate up. So let's keep going. 4, 3, 2, 1, and moving into our shadow boxing. So one foot in front of the other, soft knees, bends at the hips, and punching forward. So again, it's not about, trying to land a really big hip. It's just trying to get those arms moving, but we are moving them with purpose. So we're not just flailing our arms around. I want you to think about a nice strong movement straight forward from your shoulder. So it's a nice strong purposeful movement. All right, we're going to move into our hook. So that's where we bring that hand and elbow up in line with our shoulder. Oops. Sorry, I always move the wrong way because the camera's mirror image. And I'm going to move into some uppercuts. So I was trying to move in front of the white so you can see better, but I always go the wrong way. That's the way. Okay, bend forward a little bit as you're doing this one. Use those legs. And again, nice, strong, purposeful movements. And we're going to go back to our no enough. That's us done. All right, next one was our donkey kick. So find your chair, lean forward onto, hinging forward at your hips. Get that support through your chair. Bend your knee, push your foot back. So for you, you might just have that nice little movement there. If you want to take it a bit further, you can try and bring that knee up so it's sort of in line with your hip. And again, squeezing those muscles in your bottom as much as you can. Squeeze, squeeze. And change sides for me. Squeeze, squeeze. That's the way. Try and keep our legs strong, keep our muscles in our bottom strong. So good for our posture, so good for our functional activities that we do, getting in and out of a chair, carrying the groceries, getting in and out of the car, all of that sort of stuff. So 3, 2, 1. Excellent work. All right. What was next? Standing. So use your chair for balance if you need to, but we're going to bring our knee up and down, up and down. So hold on if you need to. So remember, easy version, just a little lift and tap. Next version, knee up a little bit higher and tap. Harder version, leg further out in front. That's the way. And other side. That's the way. You lift and lower. Lift and lower. So great for your balance, great for your core strength as well, so that strength through your abdominals. Think about pulling up through your pelvic floor a little bit as well if you can. Lots to think about. Keep breathing. And 3, 2, 1. Beautiful work. All right, grab yourself a seat. So we are going to do our sit to stand. So again, easy version, sit all the way down, stand all the way up. Sit all the way down, stand all the way up. Harder version, just hover above that chair. So these are one of the most functional exercises that you can do. They work well for pretty much all the muscles in your legs, muscles in your bottom. Do work your abdominals a little bit as well. But as I said before, to be able to stay independent, we need to be able to rely on these nice strong leg muscles. So gotta keep working at it and keep our legs strong, keep our body strong. 10 seconds to go. Excuse me. Clearly I'm talking too much today. 3, 2, 1, and resting there. All right, grab your weights for me. We're going to do our bicep curls. So, palms behind us, up to your shoulders, up to the ceiling, back to your shoulders, back down. So you can do this standing if you prefer. You don't have to do it sitting. I do it sitting so that you can actually see my arms and back down. So remembering again, keep those shoulders relaxed. We're not shrugging, we're keeping them relaxed. So even though you probably can't see yourself at the moment, it's a good idea to have a look in a mirror or a reflection of the window or the TV or whatever you've got, so that you can really see that difference and see how it feels when you make that adjustment. So normally you sort of push up and we shrug, let those shoulders relax, feel the difference in your body, and that gives you that feedback. So when you can't see yourself, you sort of learn to feel the difference. All right, resting there. Okay, now swing your chair around again so you've got something to hold on to. I'm going to slide our foot back or step back for our little lunge. So easy version, step back and in. More challenging version, step that back into a little bit of a lunge. So when you're doing that lunge, that front knee is bending, but just like our squats, that movement's happening back here at the hips, and that knee is not tracking forward over our toes. And change legs for me. So you can see the difference when I do that, how far forward my knee is coming compared to when I do that. I step back, I make the hips do that movement. Just keeps your knees much happier. They're not being loaded up by going forwards. Excellent. All right. Now we are doing our running man. So grab your weights and we have a bit of a bend in our knees, bend in our hips, and just bending those elbows. That's the way. So trying to really get a little bit of a pace up if you can, so that we're breathing a little bit heavier, working a little bit harder. That's the way. I'm just looking through my list. I feel like I've forgotten something. Maybe not. That's all right. All right, so keep going. Keep those arms working. There you go. You need to swap your legs over, that's okay. But really try not to get those shoulders swinging. It's so tempting to do this, but as much as you can, try and just keep it a nice controlled movement. We keep it controlled, much safer. Okay, that balance. So remember, your options are just to have one foot in front of the other. Just hold it there. You've got something to hold yourself with, so practice letting go if you can. If that's okay, let's practice our walk. So heel to toe without looking at your feet. So you should be able to feel your heel coming onto your toe. That's it. And back. That's the way. Make sure I'm going to run into my plant shelf behind my head. That's the way. Beautiful. Coming forward, and hopefully we have time to make it all the way back. Beautiful. And look at that. 2, 1, done. All right, straight into that high knee marching. So for you, that might look like this. So just a nice little march, just lifting those feet up off the floor. That's okay. Otherwise, try and bring those knees up a little bit higher. And otherwise, the next step again is to pick up that pace a little bit. So if you're really feeling tired and that you've had enough, feel free to do this sitting down as well. You can certainly march on the spot while you're sitting down. So just keep moving. That is the most important thing. Even if it just is a little, just lifting your feet up off the floor, absolutely fine. Just do whatever you can. Now we've only got 15 seconds to go, so I want you to think about picking up that pace. So in these last 15 seconds, then we get a rest. And 5 seconds to go. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting there. Well done, everybody. Okay, so hopefully everyone feels like they got their heart rate up, got their breathing rate up a little bit. As I said, today, the purpose of today was to sort of focus a little bit more on that cardiovascular side of things rather than just the straight strength stuff. It's important to do both as much as you can. So ideally, if you can do a couple of sessions of strength based stuff a week, that's perfect. But if you can do something every day that gets your heart rate up, gets your breathing rate up, then that is absolutely perfect. It doesn't have to be for a long period of time. If you can manage 5 minutes, if you can manage 10 minutes, it all adds up. So try to keep moving as best you can, because it's hard not being able to go out and do the usual activities and have the social support that we are used to. So as much as you can, try and keep your body moving, because it's not only good for your body, it's good for your mental health as well. I know it just makes you feel so much better. It gives you a lot more energy. Yes, you might feel a bit tired in your body, but hopefully it does give you that energy to, get through the rest of your day. So again, thank you very much for joining me today. If you want to check out the Body Connect Exercise Physiology Facebook page, it's a mouthful, then please subscribe or hit like or follow or whichever it is. And that will mean that you get a notification for when I do these live sessions. So every Monday at 12:15, we do this 30-minute circuit. Please feel free to share away with your friends. Get in touch if you want to talk about anything specific. Always happy to, give you a bit of guidance if there's anything that's troubling you. So once again, thank you again, and I will see you all next week. Go and enjoy the beautiful sunny day. Thanks, guys.